On my birthday, my parents gave my brother a watch and me a lecture. The cake had his name on it. I laughed along so I wouldn't cry. That night, I packed a hoodie, $60, and vanished. 2 weeks later, my dad called me sobbing, "Your room's still here. Please pick up." I turned 18 that day, officially an adult in the eyes of the law. I'd been looking forward to this milestone birthday for months because I thought maybe this would finally be the year my parents actually saw me as a person. Instead, they handed my brother Blaine a $2,000 luxury watch for no reason while simultaneously lecturing me about how I needed to work harder if I ever wanted to amount to anything worthwhile. When they brought out the birthday cake with candles lit, I immediately saw Blaine's name written across the top in blue frosting, not mine. They hadn't even bothered to order the correct cake for their own son's 18th birthday. "We can just scrape his name off the top," my mom said dismissively. "Frosting is frosting. It all tastes the same anyway." I stared at that cake with my brother's name on it while everyone sang happy birthday to me, and I smiled so wide my face physically hurt. If I stopped smiling for 1 second, I would start crying uncontrollably, and I could not let them see that. After everyone finally left and the house went quiet, I went to my room and sat on my bed in complete darkness. 18 years of being invisible to my own family. 18 years of watching Blaine get showered with everything while I got nothing but leftovers and criticism. Every achievement I earned was dismissed. Every small failure was magnified into a catastrophe. When Blaine consistently got C's and D's, my parents said grades don't really matter anyway. When I got B's, they demanded to know why I couldn't get A's like Blaine supposedly did, even though he had literally never gotten an A in his entire life. That night, I made a life-changing decision. I grabbed my old backpack from the closet and put in one warm hoodie, my phone charger, and the $60 I'd saved from birthday cards over the years. I wrote a brief note that said, "I'm leaving, don't look for me." Then I quietly walked out the front door at 2 a.m. while everyone slept and started walking down the empty street. I walked until my feet ached badly, then I kept walking anyway. A long-haul truck driver gave me a ride 3 towns over to a place I'd never been. I found a 24-hour diner with a help wanted sign and asked nervously if they needed workers. The owner was an older woman who looked at my face carefully and somehow understood. "You running from something bad at home?" "Running towards something better," I said honestly. She hired me on the spot. I slept in the storage room on a cot for the first week until I could afford to split rent on a tiny apartment with another diner worker who needed a roommate. I worked double shifts constantly, saved every penny, and didn't answer my phone when my parents finally started calling days later. The calls started on day 4, then day 6, then every single day. The voicemails started out angry and demanding. "Where are you? This is ridiculous behavior. Come home right now." Then they became confused and worried. "Your room is exactly how you left it. We're getting concerned." Then increasingly desperate and emotional. 2 weeks after I left, my dad called late at night and I finally listened to the voicemail. He was sobbing so hard I could barely understand the words. "Your room's still here. Your bed is still made perfectly. Please just pick up. Please just tell us you're okay somewhere. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for everything." I saved that voicemail permanently, not because I planned to go back home, but because it was the first time in 18 years my father had ever genuinely apologized to me for anything at all. 3 months later, I had my own small apartment. 6 months later, I was enrolled in community college classes. A full year later, I finally reached out to my parents again on my own terms. "I'll meet you for coffee somewhere public," I said firmly, "but I'm not coming home." We met at a neutral coffee shop. My mother cried silently the entire time. My father looked like he'd aged 10 years in 12 months. "Why didn't you ever tell us you were so unhappy?" he asked. "I told you every single day in different ways," I replied calmly. "You just weren't listening." Blaine wasn't there. He apparently hadn't noticed I was gone for the first full week.